Hello guys and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Now I've noticed that lately the stories that we've been getting and the emails that I've received from on a personal nature, I've been talking about girls that are not directly asking for money but telling about their stories where they've got money problems or they've got issues, but don't worry, I'm not asking you to help, I'm just sharing my problems with you. And it seems to work with a lot of men where they feel like this girl is different. So I'm happy to give her some money to help her out with her problems, because she can't be a bad girl because she's not directly asking me for anything. So because of what's happening, I thought it's worthwhile sharing this story with you guys. So people that are new to Thailand or not got that much experience with women over here, you can understand exactly how they play the game. So let's kick off with this story today. Hello there Dan, I just discovered your channel a few days ago and I have been watching your videos non-stop for the last 3 days and subscribed to the channel as well. I just wanted to say that the advice you give is brilliant, and the emails you receive I've heard before from other YouTube channels regarding scams, sob stories, liars, dating site failures, etc, etc. Anyway, most of my experience has been in the Philippines. I've been there 12 times over the last 10 years, and although it's a different country with a different culture, I can say that scams are pretty much the same as what I've heard from your subscribers regarding Thailand. Even the gold stores and fake stories. I can also tell you that girls there are not happy with a bag of rice, haha. Maybe I'll send another email regarding my adventures in the Philippines, but for now I'll stick to Thailand. Now I will admit that I have little experience with Thai women, and I've only been there once. Last year I booked a vacation for 5 weeks. I was supposed to spend 1 week in Thailand because I wanted to see what all the talk was about, as I've subscribed to many other YouTube channels concentrating on the Pattaya area. So I decided to spend a week and then 4 weeks in the Philippines. My story begins as I arrived in Pattaya and went to my hotel room. I rested a few hours and after went on one of my first bar crawls. No rest and still jet lagged, but I didn't care because I was excited to be in Pattaya. Now the last bar on the crawl was on Soi Boomerang at a gentleman's club. And that's where I met, let's call her Lucy. She is very nice, pretty, single mum, and we hit it off right away. We partied till the bar closed and I wanted to take her, but since I haven't had any sleep and about 14 beers in me, I didn't think it was a good idea. So I told Lucy I would come the next day and take her out of the bar. Long time. I got the look from her. Yeah, right. Sure you will be back. But I'm a man of my word, and I went back and took her. I have no complaints of the prices, and she was worth every baht. I think she was very surprised I came back, and we hit it off outside the bar scene as well. Needless to say, I broke the 3-day rule with her, as I went back later on in my trip and took her again. I was having such a good time in Pattaya that I extended my trip another week so I could see Lucy again and a few other girls in between. Lucy and I exchanged WhatsApp before I left and said she will keep in touch, and I agreed. In the last 3 months we had talked occasionally, and it seems she only contacts me when something bad happens. For example, she's sick and vomiting blood. Her family is putting pressure on her to send more money. Her cousin died and she has no money to go to the funeral. Her motorbike needs repairs, etc., etc. She has never asked me for money, but all I hear is the negative and sad comments.
Show me the money.
Now I assume she is feeling me out to see if I'll send her money, but luckily my rule is to not send money overseas, and she knows that, but she keeps on with these sob stories and asks if she's annoying me with her chatting me. Lastly, I just booked a trip there in 8 weeks, and she says she will spend all 3 weeks with me if I want her. I do enjoy her when we are together in person, but online she is depressing and seems very needy. Any advice would be much appreciated. You can share this whole long story if you want. I'm a newbie to Thailand, but I know the scams. Cheers, Rick from Canada. Right, Rick, thank you very much for sending in your story into the channel. It's much appreciated, mate. Now, it just seems to be the way that these girls work now. They seem to get, or they seem to think that they will get a lot more money if they don't directly ask you for money. They will constantly come up with stories and stories about where they need extra money, but never directly ask you for it. These stories are designed to make you feel sorry for them, and they're hoping that you want to be their knight in shining armor and save them from their problems, that you love and care for them that much that you will pay for that motorbike repair. You will pay for her to go home to her cousin's funeral, etc., etc. So you are very correct in your assumption that she is trying to feel you out. As soon as you give for the first time, it'll normally be a small amount where she needs like 3,000 baht, 4,000 baht to get home, for example, or for a repair of a bike. Once you give her that, she will then up the ante and try for 10,000 or 15,000. And then if you give that, then it will soon go up to like 100, 200, etc., etc. It'll just keep progressing until you finally had enough and you kick off and you get rid of her. But by that time, she's already maybe accumulated around about 500,000 baht, as an example, out of one guy.
You keep saying you got something for me, something you call love, but confess you've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'.
So the best advice that I can possibly give you is that if this girl is very fun in person, yeah, in the flesh, then meet her, have your fun, but don't get emotionally attached, because it's quite clear that this girl just wants money. However, if it was me, personally, I would not bother with her whatsoever, because I know she will probably spoil my holiday when I come back by constantly giving me sob stories or being super fake with me to try and get me to be at least a monthly sponsor to her. Now, for everybody that's watching, if you can kindly share the stories that you've been given from Thai girls to try and extract money out of you, it'd be much appreciated, because the more men that get to know about what these girls say, the less likely they are to be tricked and actually hand over money. Because as we know from the stories that I share on the channel, a lot of men do get tricked, and a lot of men happily hand over that money to these girls. Now, I can't say it enough. When you're messing around with girls in tourist places, whether she's a bar girl or she's not a bar girl, they're just for fun. Don't get emotionally attached, and try not to stay with them for too long, because you will all hear about the sob stories, in hope that you will be that knight in shining armour that coughs up some money to them. And hopefully, if they can give you an amazing time and make you fall in love with them or lust after them, they can get the biggest prize of all and get you to be their monthly sponsor. Now guys, if you've got a Thailand story that you wish to send in, then please send it in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. I've got a bit of a backlog, I'm trying to get through it, guys. So if you send in a new story now, hopefully we'll be able to get it live this week. So this has been Thai Talk with Dan. Thanks for watching, guys, and ciao for now.